Well, we've talked throughout the summer about bird feeding, right? But it doesn't end now just because it's going to start getting cooler. It's not yet.
Not yet.
It will soon. We're not going to stop talking about bird feeders.
A change in seasons simply calls for a different approach. We've got a guide here to explain.
Marge Knudsen owns Wild Birds Unlimited. Good to see you, Marge.
Welcome back.
So what should we be thinking about? I still got my feeder out on the back deck. What should we be thinking about as we kind of head towards fall now?
As you head towards fall, you want to get your feeders all cleaned and repaired and ready to go. And then you want to think about what feed you're going to feed. You want something with high protein. Because they're going to need protein when the insects aren't available, and some things with high fat content so that they can have enough energy to stay warm in the cold weather.
And there's certain birds that are going to be leaving us.
Yes.
All right, and they need to store up some energy for that long trip.
That's right.
Take us on a tour of some of the feeders you brought in, and maybe give us a few ideas about why you would recommend these to your customers.
Well, the ones on this end are all Wild Birds Unlimited feeders.
I'll trade you places so you can show us.
Okay.
And
we're taking a look at some pictures right now.
Okay.
What are we looking at? What's this?
That was a cylinder feeder.
Okay. And then
this is the Eliminator. And
this sounds like heavy. Sounds like the
action movie.
The big guy.
That's right. You can actually adjust the tension so squirrels will close it, or so bigger birds like the grackles will also close it.
Gotcha. So they can't get access to the food.
Well, I like how that's enclosed too, Marge, that you're protecting the seed from the elements.
That's right.
Those can kick in around here. The next one down?
Is that one is not adjustable, but it is set to close when squirrel weight gets on it.
Oh, sure.
Anywhere on it.
And it's still, even though you see that cage wrapped around the cylinder, the birds can still get into the seed with no problem.
And it's got 4 feeding stations.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4 on the back side.
Aesthetically, I like this one as well. If you're into the oil rubbed bronze look, this is nice to carry that theme outside.
Right.
This next one is made out of recycled materials.
It is.
And it holds up beautifully in the fall and winter around here.
It does.
And it's very
easy
simple
to clean and very simple to fill. And pretty much any bird likes that type of feeder.
As we were looking at pictures, Marge, there was one that we saw in action, and we have it here as well.
Right. This is our dinner bell. You can put a cylinder on it, as I have today, or you can just put seed in the tray. Or mealworms.
Are these pretty simple, Marge? Once you are done, let's say you put one of these cylinders in, but then the birds enjoy it, and it's next to nothing, and you need to replace it.
Right. All you do is unscrew the center, put a new cylinder on, and screw it back on, and you're set to go.
And then this thing prevents squirrels from
Well,
getting
that
down
one
to
actually prevents the weather. It's not quite big enough
so
to prevent squirrels.
protect it from the rain. Okay.
Which is important as well.
If a squirrel jumped on that, would it just slide off, or would he be okay?
It's probably going to be too small, so he probably could hook his feet up here and then slide down and grab
those little devils.
They're crafty.
Very acrobatic.
We have here a couple of other feeders, and these are mostly for finches.
Well, the yellow one is a finch feeder because it has the little tiny holes.
Yeah, and I love finches. We had them as pets when I was younger. And then what about the red one, Marge?
That one can hold bigger seed like sunflower, safflower, so the cardinals and some of the bigger birds can eat from that. And all of the feeders that we've looked at so far have a lifetime warranty. So if something happens, if a squirrel chews your tube or something breaks, bring it back and
Is there a chance
it.
these are on sale right now, Marge?
They are on sale.
How much are we saving?
On these, you would have 15% off all of these, and we have some other feeders that are 25, 30, and 50% off.
Yeah, as we move down, there's the special offer right there. But as we move down, I want to ask you about hummingbirds, because every time you come on, I want to get a hummingbird update.
Right.
Where are the hummingbirds right now?
They're migrating south, and a lot of people are seeing them at their feeders. It really helps to have flowers that they like to attract them to the feeders. And
because the summer months they're not around, are they?
Well,
or are
some will stay in nest, but
spring and fall.
Spring and fall are when the migration happens, so it's an easier time to attract them to your feeders.
Let's keep talking, Marge.
Okay.
We have a mesh peanut feeder here, and then what's the green one?
The green one is for peanuts in the shell. So your woodpeckers and your blue jays and your squirrels, if they can get to it, are going to like those.
And again, I like this, how easy it is. That, you know, because, well, for adults who don't want to take 30 minutes to try to fill the feeder.
That's right.
But then also kids who want to get into it, it's easy for them to just slide the lid, fill the cage, they're good to go.
Right.
I'm going to swap places with you yet again so that you can tell us about these last few items.
And the last few items are suet, these two. You just slide a suet cake into the feeder. The little cage is a simple, easy way you can hang it anywhere. And then the one that you have, Mary, is a tail prop feeder.
Yeah.
Has a prop for the woodpeckers to place their tail against like they would on a tree so they can balance.
They balance with the tail. And then down there, the hummingbird. We talked about the hummingbirds.
Right. They're coming
hummingbird
through
feeders
now.
are coming through.
Good time to put out a feeder if you haven't already.
And you recommend putting out a feeder with color in it instead of adding coloring to the feed itself.
That's right.
And one of the things we talked about were the bag toss game. And on Labor Day, people can come into the store and play the bag toss game, right? How does this work?
We have a target that has 5, 10, 15, and 20. You throw 3 bean bags at that target, and the largest one that you knock down will be your % off. So if you hit a 20 target, you get 20% off all the things not on sale.
You've done this before.
Yes, we have.
Customers must have loved it if you bring it back.
Yes, it's been fun.
What's your blog about as we're looking at your website this month, first day of September? What did you write about?
It's getting started in bird feeding. So if you haven't fed before but you're interested in starting, winter is a great time because there aren't a lot of natural foods that when we get into late fall and early winter.
Well, now's the time to start thinking about that.
Right.
Wild Birds Unlimited right there in Rockbrook Village, 108th and Center. Marge, good to see you.
Thank you,
Nice to be
Marge.
here. Thank
Great
you.
to have you.
Good to have you. All right.